because it's April Fool's Day, we're going to draft the all-time great NFL trick plays. Chris, I'll give you the first pick. All-time great trick plays inspired by April Fool's Day.
All right. Well, I think the best trick play, in my opinion, in the history of football, the gutsiest, best ever. I'm going to go with Sean Payton and the onside kick to start the second half in the Super Bowl against the Colts. That, to me, was just an unbelievable moment in NFL history for me. You know, it was one of those games where you kept looking at it and go, man, this is a great game. This is close. The Colts look a little bit better than the Saints. You know, the Saints are going to have to do something to pull this off. And there it was to start the second half. And then, like, I think what's crazy as you're watching here, do you remember how long this melee went on where they scrambled for the football this whole time? I mean, it was like life or death. I'm telling you, this is 5 minutes later. They've been underneath the scrum, going at it, doing it all. I just remember the intensity of the moment to go along with it. But Sean Payton, I mean, wow, what a call.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the problems with the new onside kick formation, it's unlikely that we will see plays like that in the future. My first pick, Chris, I can't believe you didn't pick this one. What trick play actually resulted in a statue being erected outside of the team's home stadium? It was the Philly special, the conversation between Nick Foles and Doug Peterson. When he walks over to the sideline, they decide to do the Philly special. That's the play from Super Bowl 52. Even though it was in the first half, it didn't decide the game or anything, but it was one of those moments where it made you think, man, the Patriots may actually lose this game to the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, it put them up 10 points going into the break. We've seen this thing imitated and duplicated, and they stole it from someone else, but that's okay. That's what football's all about. And that statue was put outside the stadium, and both Nick Foles and Doug Peterson are long gone from Philadelphia. That's what makes it even crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, they did it against the Patriots. The Patriots had done a similar play earlier, and Brady dropped it, right? I mean, there's so many things there, let alone, we just don't see people do that to the Patriots. I mean, it is a Bud Light statue outside of the right? Isn't it something
I don't know.
That?
It's still a statue. Statue.
Okay, all right. I'll give it an official statue. Fine clarification there. I just wanted to make sure. All right. I think I'm going to go with old Dan Marino as my next one. The fake spike, okay? I was going to make this an all Giants fake plays thing. I'll get to one of those in a minute. But Dan Marino fake spike, you know, back against the New York Jets, it says 1981 AFC Divisional. I don't think that's correct. This is early 90s.
Yes. Dan Marino was at Pitt in 1981,
yes, right,
so that would be a typo.
I think we're getting our trick plays mixed up. It was probably the hook and ladder from the Dolphins. But either way, this was one of those moments. There's Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. I could still remember watching this on TV and just going, wow. And I know a lot of people right now might go, well, what's the big deal? Nobody had ever done this at that point. That was the first time ever we saw a guy going clock, 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 and then wait, and all of a sudden he threw a touchdown. And nobody had done that. Now that's become commonplace with our NFL. It's literally you say clock and you make sure the guy's playing defense because we've taught the receiver to still run a route in case the guy falls asleep at the wheel. So we see that from time to time. But that was the first ever and great trickeration by Danny Marino.
That was the 94 regular season. It was a key game in the division, in the chase for the AFC East Championship. And it's so common now that on Madden they have the spike play and the fake spike.
That's right.
Play. All right, next one for me, the Randall L. touchdown pass. He's now the receivers coach in Detroit. You mentioned the defensive coordinator in Detroit from our last clip, Antoine Randall L. throwing the touchdown pass. Of course, he was the Indiana quarterback to Hines Ward, who would be the MVP of Super Bowl 40, cementing the victory over the Seattle Seahawks. That's my second pick. What else you got?
Yeah, that was big. I mean, they needed it too, right? I mean, that was a game where Big Ben was severely struggling throwing the football and doing that. Bill Cowher, I mean, that's a gutsy play call for him. Two talented guys. All right, I got two Giants ones on my list. You know, there's that great 1990 NFC Championship fake punt to Gary Reasons, right? That up the middle against Joe Montana and the Niners. But I'm going to go with one that's hits a little closer to home. I'm going to the 1986 Super Bowl 21. the Phil Simms flea flicker to Phil McConkey. I mean, Bill Parcells, like Bill Belichick, just great guts in big moments to call plays like this. But this play ended up with, yes, McConkey helicoptering down to the 1-yard line. And this was really the start of the onslaught, and it already kind of had begun there, but now to where you go, oh, the Giants are going to blow the Broncos out. Certainly a special play to my family, and gives me chills to this day.
Last one for me, not a trick play, but a trick game. When the Wildcat was unleashed in 2008 by the 0-2 Dolphins against the Patriots, and Ronnie Brown running the Wildcat as the quarterback accounted for 5 touchdowns in a 38-13 win over the Patriots, and it ushered the whole Wildcat phenomenon, Chris, into the NFL for 3 or 4 years.
Definitely.
It was, everyone had a package that was premised on the Wildcat.
Yeah, and we used it against the Patriots and the Broncos. Josh McDaniels knew the checks of the Wildcat, and we faked the Wildcat when we played them that year because we knew we could get them in the defense that we wanted to get them in.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.